Quite frankly, I have a different opinion about this. And therefore I have a sell rating, and I would remain short the stock. I would short the stock. So my perspective about this is, in the sense for you to understand the panorama or landscape, it will be this kind of the inverse of GoPro. So I will not. I will not be quite surprised, in fact, if this stock would collapse, okay? Because I don't think this is an investment. I think this is a gambling, and because a gamble, in fact, that has been living on the future projections, or projections that someone, the investors, the sentiment is very positive about this company. And I think that this company has a lot to prove. And the only other thing that I also consider when I invest in companies is the management. And I have not found anything reliable about the management of this company, and that is a huge risk. So if you disagree with me, obviously I respect it. But if you are considering to invest in El Pollo Loco, quite frankly, I would make serious research about this company, its business model, and the management of the company. What I've known so far is that they are incompetent. So, just to use a kind word. Anyway, I repeat, I would have a short position in El Pollo Loco, if you can obviously find also one, or shares to borrow, because your broker might not have that situation. And where I would buy the stock, because I'm here, quite frankly, I'm very bearish in the sense that to invest in this kind of companies, use only invest after they collapse or the crash, okay? It happened that, like I said, on the first day, the stock opened there. So it opened there, you were lucky if you bought the stock at that price. But I prefer to miss, that is, not to be involved in these kind of companies, these kind of stocks, because they are very risky. Because then if the momentum does not work, that is to say, if whatever they put out there in terms of numbers or news or upgrades and blah blah blah, if it does not work, I mean, they bought already so much shares, and they have been waiting for this to get. If they don't, after a while, if the company says something that is negative for the first time, and no one is expecting that to happen, that is to say them, not me, that is to say they don't consider a worst case scenario, they get involved in a huge risk. Because what you saw here, this kind of explosive move to the upside in a matter of 1, 2, 3, a kind of 1 week, it was like in GoPro, but GoPro moved higher. This for some reason stopped moving higher. So why stopped moving higher? For some reason, right? I will say, I don't know, I will say. So my reason is that this is not worth what it is. It should be worth there, okay? But so this makes automatically this stock, in a certain sense, even a strong sell and not a strong buy or a neutral. As I told you a couple of months ago, El Pollo Loco remained one of our favorites on the short side. And I said this since IPO, when the stock traded up to $38 an half, basically. That is, or corresponded to our upside. And since August 2014, I told you to sell short this stock. In October, and ahead of earnings announcement, I recorded live a video on demand trading lesson, giving clear instructions that, in my opinion, El Pollo Loco was finally going to crash the stock. And in a matter of 1 month and a half, you have seen the shares going from $38 an half, and bear in mind that I announced precisely that pivot, the $38 an half, to be the critical one, all the way down basically to $20. So every single day, and bear in mind that during the past 1 month and a half, I never recommended to cover or to close short positions in El Pollo Loco. 1 month and a half ago, I shared with you this chart, and this chart had precisely this circle that you can see here, as well as the ellipse, and I drew precisely the ellipse and the circle for you to visualize that the shares, they would collapse, in my personal opinion. I told you this, all the way down to the circle at least. So congratulations, my friends, to all of you that believed in this vision that I had, and in fact that I had already in August, where Wall Street and many, they believed that El Pollo Loco, it was going to be a stock that would perform as Chipotle. So you find on the web many articles at that time that they called El Pollo Loco the potential next Chipotle. And obviously they don't know what they are talking about. They don't even know the difference between Mercedes or a Ferrari or vice versa. So these fools, they fooled everyone by buying El Pollo Loco, and obviously the single best thing that happened to all of you, it was that during the 3 months you acquired a very large short position, and then precisely ahead of earnings in November, I told you that the stock was going to crash. And so you had all the clear instructions to make at least, I repeat, because this is very important, to make at least $5 million, because this is the very minimum, by selling short El Pollo Loco. Thank you.